It seems like lawsuits are running the gaming industry lately. First, we had the Pokémon company going after Palworld for potential copyright infringement. Then, just a few days ago, Take-Two Interactive also filed a lawsuit, adding to the chaos. It's a mess all over the gaming world, and now, Fortnite is back in the legal spotlight again. Before we dive into the details of this case, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss any of the latest updates on gaming, anime, and more. We've got breakdowns, reviews, and deep dives you won't want to miss. Plus, make sure to check out our exclusive deals on the latest gaming releases over at Green Man Gaming. Use the link in the description to grab some amazing discounts. If you've been following the gaming world recently, you know it's been a roller coaster of legal drama. From Pokémon battling Palworld to Take-Two Interactive flexing its legal muscle, it seems like everyone's been gearing up for some courtroom action. And now, Fortnite is in the crosshairs again, this time over its item shop. The game that popularized the battle royale genre and took in billions of dollars is being sued for its in-game shop practices, specifically the use of countdown timers that allegedly misled players about when items would leave the store. So, what's going on here? Let's break down the details of this lawsuit and what it could mean for Fortnite and the wider gaming industry. This time, a proposed class action lawsuit filed in California and Texas accuses the game's parent company, Epic Games, of misleading players with fake countdown timers in the in-game item shop. According to the lawsuit, the timers would suggest that certain items were about to leave the store, creating a false sense of urgency, only for those items to stay available for days or even weeks after the timers expired. Now, before we jump to conclusions, let's get one thing straight. These timers have already been removed from Fortnite. In 2023, following regulatory pressure from the Netherlands, Epic Games took action, replacing these timers with clear notifications showing when items would leave the shop. So this lawsuit is focused on the past rather than current practices. However, the issue at hand is far from simple. The lawsuit claims that the use of fake countdowns created a sense of urgency that pushed players, many of them children, to make rushed purchases. The plaintiffs are arguing that Epic Games exploited this fear of missing out to manipulate players into buying items they may not have otherwise purchased. Epic Games responded, claiming that the lawsuit is based on factual errors and that the game has already taken steps to protect players from unintended purchases. They pointed to several features, including a hold-to-purchase mechanic, instant purchase cancellations, and self-service returns, as evidence that the company is committed to fair practices. But this isn't the first time Fortnite has come under fire for its item shop. In fact, Epic Games has faced scrutiny before for its in-game purchasing mechanics. In 2024, the Netherlands Authority for Consumers and Markets slapped the company with a hefty fine for misleading practices, particularly around these countdown timers. But what does this mean for Fortnite players and the gaming industry at large? Let's break it down further. At the heart of this lawsuit is the claim that Fortnite's countdown timers misled players into believing that certain items were available for a limited time, only to have them remain on sale for much longer. The lawsuit specifically mentions items like the ultra-rare Renegade Raider skin, which has become a symbol of the game's approach to scarcity and exclusivity. The plaintiffs argue that by using these timers, Epic Games created an illusion of scarcity, an illusion that has led to unfair purchases by minors who may not have fully understood what they were getting into. According to the plaintiffs, the fake urgency of these timers is a deceptive practice that violated several consumer protection laws. The plaintiffs, parents of minors who allegedly made purchases based on these countdowns, argue that the timers weren't just misleading, they were harmful. In the lawsuit, they claim that their children were pressured into buying digital items with real money, which they might not have done if they were fully informed about the actual availability of those items. The plaintiffs are seeking class action status, meaning that they aim to represent a larger group of Fortnite players who were also affected by these misleading countdowns. They are pushing for compensation for players who made purchases based on the fake timers, as well as a change in how Epic Games conducts its item shop transactions. Epic Games, of course, isn't taking this lawsuit lying down. In their official response, the company pointed out that it had already removed the countdown timers and replaced them with clear, transparent messaging. They also highlighted the various protections they have in place to prevent unwanted purchases, particularly for younger players. But even as Epic defends its practices, This lawsuit shines a light on a bigger issue in the gaming industry: the use of FOMO tactics to drive sales. It's not just Fortnite that uses these strategies. Many other popular games employ similar tactics to encourage players to make quick decisions in the shop. Fear of missing out, FOMO, has become a dominant force in the world of online games. Many titles, especially free-to-play games like Fortnite, Apex Legends, and Genshin Impact, rely on rotating items, limited-time events, and exclusive skins to keep players engaged. These tactics create a sense of urgency, urging players to make purchases before they lose the chance to get something special. Here's a closer look at how this plays out in some other popular games. Call of Duty, rotating bundles with limited-time blueprints. Apex Legends, timed events with exclusive skins that later return. A Genshin Impact, limited-time banners for rare characters, pressuring players to spend. But what happens when these tactics are taken too far? When players are misled by fake timers or manipulated into spending more than they should? As lawsuits like the one against Epic Games show, there are real consequences to these practices. As more players, parents, and regulators raise concerns about the impact of FOMO-driven sales tactics, we may see a shift in the way these in-game purchases are handled. Here are some potential changes that could come from this lawsuit and others like it. 1. More lawsuits against similar FOMO tactics affecting other games. 2. Stricter regulations on in-game purchases, especially in the US and Europe. 3. A potential refund system for affected players. 4. More transparency in game shops, where developers clearly state how long items are available and whether any discounting is actually legitimate. 5. Stricter regulations around microtransactions in games targeted at younger players. 6. Government bodies cracking down on exploitative practices, forcing companies to find new ways to drive revenue without misleading players. Where do we go from here? The future of in-game purchases is uncertain. With lawsuits like the one against Epic Games gaining traction, it's likely that we'll see more changes in how digital items are sold. Developers may need to rethink their business models, ensuring that they don't deceive players into spending money they didn't intend to. But one thing is clear: players are demanding more transparency and fairness from the games they love. As the gaming industry continues to grow, it will be interesting to see how companies adapt to the growing calls for more ethical practices in-game commerce. What do you think about this lawsuit? Are you someone who's been affected by these countdown timers? Or do you think Epic Games is being unfairly targeted? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates on the latest gaming news and legal battles. Also, don't forget to grab your discounts on Green Man Gaming through our link in the description.